Hello everyone, I am Sudipta. Welcome you all to my channel CAD Tutorials. Today we are going to start part 10 of our complete AutoCAD tutorial course. As it is a series of tutorials, I am requesting you all to go through all my previous tutorials. Then it will be easy to understand, and I am requesting you all to subscribe my channel so that you will get the links of the new videos I am going to upload in future timely. Now we are going to learn some new commands from draw panel here, which are left. Here it is. This is multiple point. See here, I am clicking here now. Then I am going to take some points on the screens, but these points will not be visible for you. They are very teeny, and in this recording they may not appear. So I am going to change the point style first. I have pressed escape. Then for point style I am going to type PT, then enter. It is the shortcut. We need to remember this. And here you see the dot was active, though the size is high, but as it is a dot we can't see it well. So I am going to change our point this style. Then you see it is 5, and here you see set size relative to screen. I am clicking OK. Now you see the points previously taken have changed their size, and due to point style these points are visible now. Now I am going to zoom in. You see their size is looking big, but if we regen the view, then their relative size will change. I am going to press RE enter for regen. RE enter. Now you see their position is same, but their size is changed. I am zooming out. Now they are looking very teeny. Again I am pressing RE enter. Now they have changed their size, their relative size. RE enter. So these points are changing their size relative to the screen size. When I am zooming in or zooming out, the size is changing. Now I am going to point style again, PT enter, PT enter. Then I am going to change the option set size in absolute unit. Then clicking OK. Now if I zoom in or zoom out, the size will not be changed. RE enter. I am zooming them too much. RE enter for regenerating the view, but their size isn't changed. So they are showing their actual size and they are not changing relative to screen change. Now what is the use of these points? To show the use, I am going to show you some commands. Here you see a command is divide. I am going to draw a line here, switching on ortho, and I have taken a length arbitrarily. Now we have to divide this full length into 7 parts. So I am going to use divide tool, clicking here on divide button, click. Now I have to select this line, click, and in command window you see option is coming, enter the number of segments. So I am going to type 7, then pressing enter. Now you see 6 points have came and line is divided into 7 parts. Now if I go to line tool and try to take these points, I can take this point easily. Here in OSnap setting you see node is on. As node is on, we can take these points using any command. I am ticking off. I am going to switch off the node option here, and then going to line tool, and now I cannot take these points. It is not showing any node. So to take these nodes, we need to switch on the node from OSnap. You see, I can take these nodes easily. Another tool is there which use points. Here it is measure. Now I am going to erase all these, selecting this and pressing delete key from keyboard. I'm going to take a line here, and here also I don't know the length of the line, and using this tool measure, I am clicking it. Then I am going to select this line, and then I have to specify the length of the segments. Suppose I am going to take the segment length 40 millimeter, 40, then pressing enter. Now you see points came with the interval of 40 millimeter. If I use dimension tool, you see it is 40, and then for continuous dimension I am going to annotation here, and here it is continuous dimension, clicking. So this line is measured with a reference length 40 millimeter, and here is the last point and the remaining part. In this way, the tool measure is used to divide any length with a specified value, and the remaining part will be shown like this. This is less than 40 millimeter, so it's showing like this. The next tool we are going to learn is LENGTHEN. To show that I am going to draw a line here, suppose 400 millimeter. So it is a line of length 400 millimeter I have drawn. Now I am going to LENGTHEN tool. In the modify toolbar, here you see, clicking, and from the options available in the command window, here I am going to take the options by right click delta. If I want to increase the length of this line from 400 to 600, then I have to increase the value 200. So I am typing 200, then pressing enter. Then clicking here, you see length of the line is now increased 200 and total length is 600. If I again want to increase the length this side or this side, I will again click. It is increased again by 200. So total length increased to 800. Check. So it is showing length 800. Now again we are going to take option %. Here we are getting option % by right click. It is also available in the command window, taking %. Now total length is 800. If I want to increase this length by 20%, then I am typing 120 and pressing enter. Now I am going to click this line on the side in which direction I want to increase the length. I am going to click here, then pressing enter. So you see the length is updated. It was 800 and it is increased by 20%, and it is now 960. This way I can increase any length by %. Again the LENGTHEN tool I have activated. Right click, then total. Suppose I want to change this total length 1000. So I am typing 1000, then pressing enter, then going to select the line, click, then pressing enter. The length is increased to 1000. Again I am going to LENGTHEN tool. This time I am showing to minimize the length using total option, selecting total option from the command window. Now this length is 1000 millimeter. I want to make it 890 millimeter. So taking total length 890 then pressing enter. Now I am going to select this line, click, then pressing enter. So this way I can reduce the total length also using total option. Then the remaining option is dynamic. So again going to lengthen tool, click. I am going to take dynamic option from command window, click. Now I am going to select the right hand side of this line, clicking here, and you see with my mouse movement the line is increasing or decreasing. So if I want to increase the length in the right hand side 20 millimeter, I am keeping my mouse in the right hand side and then typing 20 and then pressing enter. Now the present length is 890, so adding 20 it will be 910. So I am pressing enter and it is 910. Going again to lengthen tool and taking dynamic option. This time I am selecting left hand side, click. Now again I am going to lengthen tool to show you how to decrease, selecting lengthen tool and taking dynamic option from command window. Then I am clicking on the left hand side of this line, click. This time I will decrease the length from the left hand side, suppose 90 millimeter. So keeping my cursor in the right hand side, I am taking 90 in the command window, then pressing enter. Now you see some length is decreased and the total length at present is 910. So by decreasing 90 millimeter it will become 820. Now I am pressing enter and you see the length decreased to 820. This way, when I cannot trim or there is no reference line for trimming, then I can use this lengthen tool to increase or decrease the length of a line. The next tool I am going to show you is break, and it is in the modify panel, and for that I have drawn a line here, and using divide tool I have divided this line into 6 parts. Using this break tool I can cut some portion of a line. Now I am going to activate the break tool. Suppose I want to break this line from this point to this point. That's why I am going to select the line, but you see the point taken for cutting is where I have made the click. It is not my desired point, so I am going to command window. There is a option first point. I am showing you. I am going to select this first point option, click. Then I am clicking on my desired point, that is this point, click. And then I want to click on this node point, click. So you see this portion is cut. I am going to undo. Now I am going to trim tool. Click on the trim tool, and suppose I am trying to trim this portion from this point to this point, and clicking here, you see the whole line is gone, because using this point reference we cannot trim. So when trimming is not possible from a point to point, then we will use the break tool and we can cut the desired portion from any line. Going to undo. Now I am going to show you the break at a point tool. It is just at the right hand side of the break tool. Clicking on break at a point tool. Suppose I want to break this line at a desired point, which is not possible by trimming. I am going to select this line, click. Now suppose I want to break this line at this point. On this node I am clicking, click. and the line is broken at this point. You see, if I select it by mouse click, I can select it, and then I am going to change its property, that is the color. I have made it green, and this part I am going to change it. I am going to give its property, suppose zigzag line, then pressing escape. So now you can understand, using this break at a point, I can break any line at any desired point. The next tool I am going to show you is stretch. It is in the modify toolbar. If I want to stretch some portion of a closed figure, then I will use this tool. For that purpose, I have drawn this closed figure. I am going to stretch tool, clicking on it. Click. Now I have to select the portion which I want to stretch. So by cross window selection, I am going to select this portion. Selection is complete. So pressing enter to complete selection. Now I am going to take a base point, as it is in the command window showing base point, specify base point. I am going to take this corner point as base point. Click. Now suppose I want to move or increase this part in the right hand side, and another 100 millimeter length I want to increase. So I am typing 100. I have kept my cursor in the right hand side already. Then I have typed 100 and pressing enter to stretch it another 100 millimeter in the right hand side. Enter. So you see, this portion is stretched in the right hand side 100 millimeter more. Again I am going to try it on the upper portion. Going to stretch tool again here. Click. Then selecting the upper portion. Then pressing enter and taking base point here. Click and keeping my cursor in the upward direction and typing a value 50 and then pressing enter. So you see, this portion is increased by 50 millimeter. The portion is stretched by 50 millimeter in the y direction. The previous position was this, and now it has become this. So 50 millimeter length increased in the upward direction. In this way we use stretch tool. The next tool we are going to learn, that is join tool. Going here, you see it is join tool. Selecting this. Now I have drawn few lines here. These two lines are horizontal, and if these two lines are on the same line, then they will be joined. I am selecting these two. Click, then pressing enter. So they are joined. Going to undo. I am moving this line a little above. Click. Then they are not in same line. If I try to join them by join tool, click, then press enter, they will not be joined. Now here, these two lines are in the same line. I am going to use join tool. It is here in the modify toolbar or modify panel. Clicking. Then I am selecting this center line first, red center line, then this white line second. Click, then pressing enter. So you see, the total line has got the property of the first line chosen. I am going to say it again, join tool. This time I am first selecting this white line. Click. Then I am going to select this magenta color line. Click. Then pressing enter. So the magenta color line has lost its property and the whole line has become white. So using join tool, when we will take two lines, and the property of the first line taken will remain. I am going to draw a line like this. Line segments I have drawn, all are separated. But now I am going to join tool. To apply on them, join and selecting all these lines, then pressing enter. Now you see they are joined and they are converted into a polyline. So for today we are going to complete our tutorial number 10, and in the next tutorial we will learn some more commands. Till then, take care, thank you, and please subscribe my channel and like and share. Goodbye.